Namai Hadamai, hello and welcome to ILT Stadium, Southland, Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL penultimate round of season 2023, and an important one for the Southland Sharks. Must win tonight, otherwise curtains for season 2023. They take on the Rams, looking for some form, coming off a big loss up in the big smoke. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me, Brooke Rusco. Love this time of year, especially when it's all to play for. Good evening to you.
Good evening, and yes, there are storylines across the board as we look at this one. Sharks sitting at 9, the Rams sitting up there at 4th, but the Rams need to get going again. They haven't won consecutive games in almost 2 months, and the Sharks need to get a win. They've lost 5 straight, so it's a big one right now. Season on the line for the Sharks. Obviously, the announcement of Pledger is he's retiring. There's going to be that added to there. Inger's bringing up his 50th, but they need to get it done tonight at the Shark Tank.
Top 4 there on the ladder, all going through to the final 6. It's all about positions 5 and 6, and you can see the logjam. The Sharks can still make it. Let's have a look at games coming up in round 14. Action-packed as always, starting tonight, but tomorrow we head to Nelson. How about this for the Giants? What a beauty. Saturday, Saints and the Jets. That is a massive game.
Huge game, and across the board they're all big games. The Giants want to stay in it, the Nuggets want to stay in that fight for number 2. Saints haven't won in a while. Jets can fight and stay in this one too, and the Bulls can fight for that number 2 spot as well, and the Airs aren't out of this just yet. It's a beautiful time of the season. Everything on the line. You can't give up anything, and when the lights are on, it's time to perform. There's no better time to do it than right now.
Sunday games, Hawks and Tuatara, and Jets and Rams, both of those equally important as well. Rams starters for this one tonight: Taylor Britt, Walter Brown, Tevin Brown, Max Darling, Thomas Webley. No Troy Baxter Jr. Let's find out why. Here's Judd Flavel.
Well, Judd, welcome back to a venue you know really well. No Troy Baxter Jr. for you tonight, though. Let's talk us through that.
Yeah, just took a knock in the Tuatara game last week, and so, you know, he, I mean, if this was the last game of the season, he would have been able to go, but we got two games this week, and so we're just going on the, you know, putting him on ice for now and giving him a real good chance to make the second game.
Now, pretty special night here with Alex Pledger, a guy that's pretty special to you as well, too. A send-off for him as last game of the Shark Tank. It's sort of poignant that you, the man that brought him down south, actually is here tonight.
It's ironic how, like, you know, obviously the news came out a couple of days ago, and I was looking forward to coming down and seeing him on the court, you know, in person as it was, and to be here in this moment of time. And I guess, as you said, we started our journey together here, and to be here on the floor, even though it's on the opposition bench, you know, but to be here for his night tonight, and yeah, it's pretty special, and a lot of memories here, a lot of fond memories, and look, you know, hell of a career that he's had, and yeah, just, you know, what else can you say about the guy?
Wish you well, mate. Go well tonight.
Awesome, thank you. You mean that?
I love that. Little bit of a cheeky grin there from Judd. Of course, he coached Alex and coached the Sharks to a Sal's NBL championship in 2018. More on that man shortly. Here's the starters for the Sharks tonight: Inga, Anticevic, Burton, Cunningham and Kendall. Coach Guy Malloy is back in town. Let's have a chat with him now.
Well, Guy Malloy, she's been a big couple of weeks for you on Tall Ferns duty and straight back into the fire for this round. How's the energy levels?
Yeah, I won't lie and say that I felt better, but yeah, look, big game for the Sharks tonight. Yeah, back into the cold is really interesting. So, but let's hope that the shooting's pretty hot tonight. Like, there's been obviously a big difference between our best and worst basketball this year, but I think this game, you know, we really need to bring close to our best.
And plenty of motivation, I'm sure, internally with the news from Alex Pledger. This is his last game in the Shark Tank. So talk us through what the motivation that's added, I guess, this week.
Yeah, look, a legend of the game, and he just adds so much experience and leadership to our group. Just a shame that his body and feet kind of haven't really cooperated, which has just been a byproduct of the chemo treatment. And it's really been sad to see him struggle with that and just give us a little bit of effort now and then. And I mean, he's such a high caliber player and individual. He's kind of wishing that he could do more for the club on the floor, but look, we'll take what we can get, and hopefully he provides some value tonight.
All the best, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Big night for the Chiefs tonight at the Shark Tank, the TAB head-to-head. And it's those L's for the Sharks that must be broken tonight.
Yeah, they were sitting in a really comfortable spot and you drop 5 straight, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows on the other side. Only 2 of the last 3, they welcome in Corey Webster, and we expect them to find that groove with Corey Webster. We know exactly what he can do, and I expect him to have a big game tonight, maybe 30 plus off the bench. Doing a good job of getting to the free throw line, but it's the stops. They need to get stops, and the Sharks are capable of doing it, giving up 94.1 and 87.9 on the other side if they can control the glass and look after the ball. A couple games ago, they had 23 turnovers against the Bulls, but it doesn't matter. It's all on the line tonight. They welcome back Julio, which is going to be a huge help, that extension off the bench as well. But everything on the line for the Sharks team tonight, and the Rams, they need this one just as bad as well.
Our coin officials for tonight's game, round 14, tipping off in the Sal's NBL, Matthew Bathurst, Sharon Martin and Corey Hogg. Lots of stories for this one. Troy Baxter Jr. out with an injury. He won't be lining up for the Rams. You just mentioned it, Brooke. Drew Leo Lasongiape is back in for his first game in quite some time. He's only played 7 games this season. There he is at the back of the pack here with Tom Cowie. Great to see him back out on court for the Sharks. And of course, the big news heading into tonight's game, Alex Pledger, the Chief, has announced his retirement. Therefore, this is his last game at the Shark Tank, the place that he's called home for some time now. And there will be a special presentation to him after the game, and we will have all of that right here live on Sky Sport tonight. He's a 2-time Sal's NBL champion. He's a 4-time Aussie NBL champion.
Not bad.
He's an all-round good bloke. He's a champion, and we will make sure that we send him off in great fashion over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, gentle giant has been a great servant of the game to basketball here in New Zealand. I was lucky enough to win a championship with him. He was finals MVP that year as well with the Pirates, and Coach Judd Flavel from the other team coaching the Rams was actually our head coach at the time. So it's funny how it's gone full circle, and like I said, an absolute servant of the game when it comes to basketball here in New Zealand, and we wish him nothing but the best in his next ventures in life.
Good to see so many people out here tonight at the Shark Tank to wish him well. Young man here bringing out the Molten to get us started tonight.
It's a little cold to be out here in a singlet just like this.
It is a bit fresh, isn't it?
Breathe them different down here.
Brave young man. Off he goes. Job complete.
Get that man a hoodie.
So important for the Sharks tonight. If they can't get this one, it's curtains. They need to win, and they're going to have to defend first as the Rams go forward for the first time. Here's Taylor Britt, was excellent against the Tuatara on Sunday night. Walter Brown in the corner. Excellent start for the Rams.
Well, he's been excellent all year, and that's an excellent first set. I love the look. The Iverson cut across the top as we see the quick look from Burden, and responds with another 3. But good first possession from this Rams team, and I like the look down the other end for the Sharks as well.
Let's just keep rolling out the excellence to get us started in round 14. Buckets apiece. It's a big miss from Max Darling. Here comes Jeremy Kendall. What a season he has had. 24 points a game, going at a tick under 9 assists each outing as well. He is the court marshal for the Sharks.
And the team goes as far as he will take them, but I don't think he needs to score 1,000,000 points tonight for them to win. They're the best when everyone is getting involved, when the assists are as high as they could possibly be. Don't get me wrong, he needs to fill it up. But I think if he can get everyone else involved and they can do their part as well, that is going to help them win this ball game.
Anticevic, big rebound. Cross-court pass from Kendall to Burton. Here is Anticevic. Can hit a triple. Just like that, big start tonight for the Sharks.
And the 3 ball can be hit or miss with this team, and it's hitting right now. They need to keep seeing those ones go through, and I like the looks. Don't allow this Rams team to get into sets. Don't worry about Jeremy Kendall having to hold the ball for 18 seconds. Quick hits, 6 points, just like that.
All about triples so far. Here's Kendall down to Burton, has hit 1. Second one doesn't go down. Tevin Brown in his clutches, steadies for the Rams. 17 points a game this season. Can he have a big say on this one tonight? Taylor Britt searching around Inga. Maybe a little bit of hooking there. Doesn't matter. Walter Brown knocks down the triple. That's 4 triples, ladies and gentlemen, to get us started tonight.
Well, I'm a fan of how this game started, and I'm a big fan of Walter Brown. Well deserved making that squad for the Tall Blacks. It's been a big year for him. He just goes from strength to strength. As we see the miss there from Inga, and Taylor Britt push the pace.
Playing his 50th game tonight for the Sharks, Braden Inga. Taylor Britt on the drive misses. Webley with the rebound. Good hand in there from Kendall. Cleaning it all up. The point guard for the Rams, Taylor Britt.
They like the extended pressure here from Walter Brown. It's going to be a tough night against a man like Jeremy Kendall, who has seen all the defenses in the world, but you're just trying to wear him down. You're not trying to turn the ball over. You're just trying to make it hard for him and wear him down when it comes to their third and fourth quarter.
Sharks coming in off one of their worst performances of the season last week, going down to the Bulls by 30 on this court. Jeremy Kendall, the master.
It doesn't matter how much you pressure. Pressure isn't going to worry him. He plays the game at his pace, never gets flustered, and we saw that right there. Good D from Walter Brown. Just that second move.
Tevin Brown scooping it up off the right. Takes the Rams back out by 2.
And the Sharks need to get stops. That's what it comes down to tonight. They can fill it up with, we know how much they can average. We know how much that man right there can score, and he makes it look easy. That's tough. But they have to get stops down this end. No wide open threes, no second chance opportunities. And arguably the best scorer that New Zealand's produced in a long, long time is about to come off the bench for the Rams as well. So they have to make sure they can get stops and then get out and run.
Webley just losing a handle on it. There's Jeremy Kendall, and I love the way he protects the ball on the dribble. Great exhibition and teachings there for young point guards, just being able to look after possession.
Well, he can teach you a lot. Doesn't get flustered. One player who's young at the moment, Dante Russo-Nance, is not playing this year, but reminds me a lot of Jeremy Kendall because he plays at his own pace, doesn't get flustered. That's a huge quality for a young player, especially a younger point guard to see the turnover there and Taylor Britt push the pace.
Gets a steal, doesn't he? Tevin Brown on target for 3. Hot shooting to start this one tonight. Anticevic now spinning to the basket. Looked like an extra step, doesn't matter. Foul call. He's off to the TAB for the and 1. Grant Anticevic. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. How did you see this one? Watch the feet.
Not much in it, maybe a little bit low, but I like the look. Not allowing this Rams team to set up a defense. That's off a 3 that they just hit. Push the pace. Saw what he thought was a mismatch. Got to his spin move. Took his time. High off the glass and a high-scoring game. In the first 4 minutes, I'm a fan of it.
15 points, 10 rebounds a game this season for the Australian Grant Anticevic. If there is one knock on his game, doesn't get to the TAB stripe enough. Aiden Tong into the game early here for the Rams. He was the late replacement for Troy Baxter Jr., wearing the number 0 for the Rams. What have you made of this start?
Hot
Just
start.
under 5 minutes. Look at that score already.
Hot start, both teams. Quick looks. I think the Sharks getting quick looks out in transition. Jeremy Kendall's doing a good job pushing the pace. Lonzo Burton's there, ready, willing, and able to shoot. And down the other end, it's a nice set. The Rams are getting through their stuff. Taylor Britt's doing a good job of finding the shooters. Both teams just need to get stops down the other end as we see another 3.
Zoe Burton, he's always good for a few, isn't he?
I think that was Cunningham.
Was it? I'll take that back. Glad I've got you beside me. Josh Cunningham, mid-season addition to this Sharks team. Certainly was him with the triple. He might have to rebound here, or maybe not. Jeremy Kendall, the sure hand of the Sharks, number 77.
It starts on the defensive end. Did a good job of getting the stop, then fell into the hands of Jeremy Kendall, weighed up his options right, got to the spot that he likes. Pull up Jimmy.
Margin at 4. Tevin Brown. Josh Cunningham right there with him. So too Johnny Hillu. Firing away Taylor Britt. Picked up by Galen Smith. He goes for a walk. And the Sharks will get it back.
And Corey Webster makes his way onto the floor. And I think having Baxter Jr. not there tonight actually might help. Just give Corey Webster a little bit more space. Strengthen up that second unit. He's that go-to guy now. And they're still looking for one of those marquee Corey Webster games, the 35, 40 points.
You've tipped him for a big one tonight.
Well, I played against him. I know what he can go for.
Hall puts it down for Cunningham, has Smith in front of him, goes to work and finishes the work with aplomb. Another 2 for the Sharks. They lead by 6.
I like the look. Just simple. You see the back cut. Too easy there on the back cut. But like the look down the other end. Nothing too much, just go to the man down low. Big, strong move, got it to the chest. Found a little bit of space, went to the hook, and they've made the 6-point lead on this end. A couple stops in a row. They've done a great job of scoring early in this ball game. Gave up a few easy buckets nice and early, but back-to-back positions with stops. Cunningham's been a big part of that. They just need to get stops, and then they can go down and score.
Here's Tevin Brown at the coloured stripe. Usually pretty good from the TAB. Going at about 75% this season. 2 from 2 there. And he started with some handy points early tonight here at the Shark Tank. Tom Cowie into the action. There's Quinn Clinton right there with him. The 2 point guards coming off the bench for these respective teams. Inga comes up short on the iron. Tong, rebound. And here comes Corey Webster. First look at the Kiwi star tonight, named in the Tall Blacks squad of 21 for the World Cup. Little floater, Tevin Brown, good to go.
Oh, he was first on that list. There's 3 or 4, as we said, the extended pressure and turnover. There's 4 or 5 people, you could just put them in that list. Corey Webster is definitely one of them. A little bit of pressure here. Forces the turnover on Cowie, ball stays. But I think they missed a golden opportunity down the other end. There was a switch with Braden Inga down in the post. They just wanted to get it on too quick on the second side. You have to look for Braden Inga on the switches down low. Let him go to work.
Tevin Brown is on target tonight.
You know, we've seen him have big games all year. Can get to the rim, can get to the free throw line. When he's hitting that 3 ball, he's a tough cover.
He moves to 9. In fact, I think you can make it 12 already. Here's Cowie for 3, a little bit deep on that one. And Webster get things started again for the Rams. Up by 1, pass inside, too slick for the hands of Smith. Back come the Sharks. Hillu inside, Cunningham steadies. Probably a little bit off balance in the end. Good defense from Galen Smith, who ends up with the ball here, sends it to the corner. Oh, somehow Brown keeps it in. Still alive inside. Max Darling receives from Webster. Good all-round play from the Rams.
It got messy, but way to just not give up on the play. Chuck that one behind the back. Max Darling ends up wide open under the rim. Easiest bucket all night. As you see, the spin move misses, and they push the pace down the other way.
Webster steps back. Favourite shot of his. He is deadly, isn't he?
It's tough. What do? Get you on your heels. Stops on the dime. And you're right, that's his money shot. And last thing you want to see is Corey Webster going nice and early if you're the Shark squad.
Rams on an 11-0 run right now. Hillu driving hard on Webster. Nowhere to go. Forces it back out. Hall with the shot. Is fouled by Max Darling, and that'll send Ben Hall to the TAB for 3 shots here.
Just overzealous on that one. Consist. Don't want to give up the foul. You're on a bit of a run here. You managed to get stops. Put them on the free throw line for 3. They're saying after.
Ooh. Well, Guy Malloy on the sidelines signalling the 3 shots. Asking the question now of Sharon Martin.
I would have thought it was the 3 too.
Certainly looked like it, didn't it? Now, Coin officials explaining that one. Jeremy Kendall had a good outing against the Rams last time they met. 29 points and 7 assists. Keep an eye on him tonight. Mind you, he's done that to a few teams this season.
It's a low night. It's an off night for Jeremy Kendall.
Round the back, the pass to Anticevic. Hillu stuttering, loses control, gets it back, forced to shoot right on the buzzer. Doesn't drop. Now the Rams on that 11-0 run right now. Webster. Through hands. Isaac back to Webster. Just hesitating on that dribble ever so well. Max Darling finishes it all off. And that will bring a timeout. I think Guy Malloy has seen enough. 13-zip run to the Rams, 6 down. They're now out by 7.
Much needed timeout as well, and that was just the size. Max Darling too big, too strong down there, long arms, athletic with big hands, forces his man under the rim, tidies that up, and tough shot there from Corey Webster, fading to his left, going back to the right, but knowing Max Darling's there to clean up the boards, does a good job and extends the lead.
Sal's NBL Final 6, tickets on sale now, July 20 to 23 at the Trust Arena. That QR code on screen will take you through to the ticketing site where you can check it all out, grab your seats. It's going to be a lot of fun. Not too far away now, getting close.
Juddy, you've been in the gym.
Well, hello.
Back's looking good.
Can I send a big congratulations?
Of course.
Taylor Johnson, our very own Taylor Johnson, of course, one of our Sal's NBL commentators. Earlier this morning, guess what she was up to?
I can't imagine. Probably not much.
Well, she was giving birth. Congratulations, Taylor and Matthew, on the safe arrival of Matthew Jr. this morning. 53 centimetres, that is a future baller if ever I...
Beautiful baby. I've seen the baby, and Matt is going to be one of the most amazing dads. He had to actually babysit Winter, my son, during one of the games. It's one of the best jobs I've seen, so congratulations to them. Apparently he was saying less push during the pregnancy.
Great news. Congratulations to all. Well done, Taylor and Matthew. No doubt. Oh, nearly down for Johnny Hillu. No doubt Taylor will want to get back behind the microphone as quickly as possible. She's a star here in the Sal's NBL, and of course will be behind the microphone for the GJ Gardner Homes To'ihi as well. Max Darling nowhere to go. The Rams will hold possession though.
A good defense down the bottom there. Missed out on Walter Brown on the kick out. Trying to jump over the two. Walter Brown wide open here in the corner. His man came in. Has to call out for that bad boy, especially when you hit two nice and early, as we see the turnover off the inbound.
Some miscommunication there. Rams handed over. TAB stats so far in this one tonight, leading all scorers. Tevin Brown has 12 points in this opening quarter. Walter Brown with 6 for the Sharks. Jeremy Kendall has 6 points already as well, has not missed a shot. And they turn it back exactly the same way. Quite amazing. Don't think we've seen that at all this season.
You just can't have it at this point of the year when everything is on the line for you. You cannot be giving up positions, especially on loose turnovers, unforced turnovers just like that.
Giants and Nuggets tomorrow night, Friday night action in the Sal's NBL. Cat Jones to join me on Sky Sport down there in Nelson. What a huge game for the Giants. Can they make it?
Well, Avery Woodson's there, so they absolutely can make it. I think he has to go.
36 last week.
And I think he's going to have more.
More than 36 tomorrow night.
He has to go for 40 plus.
Wow.
He's capable, he can.
Looking
Put the team on your back.
That'd be huge if he goes for 40 plus. Quinn Clinton with the foul there.
And the Sharks are doing a good job of staying in this ball game at the moment because they're getting killed on the glass. 12-4 at the moment. And that continues to grow. He's going to push out.
Get the Chief out there.
Get the Chief out there, you're right.
He'll fix that in a hurry.
He'll tidy up some.
Here's Anticevic. Last 20 seconds of this opening quarter. Been a stellar run by the Rams. Kendall, can he add another 2? You bet he can. Up to 8.
He is ridiculous. They had no right going in. Touched the roof, came back, got ice on it. Nothing but net.
Webster, late shot. Hand in there from Anticevic. Does not matter. Corey Webster adds 1 for the Rams. He ups Jeremy Kendall +1, and at quarter time, the visitors lead it by 7. Good game, good contest. Round 14 is underway. Don't go away. Second quarter on the other side of the break. Welcome back to the Shark Tank. 1 quarter down. The Rams lead it by 7. The round 14 sells super special. The large Fire Island pizza, $35. Pick up only. The online code, of course, large Fire Island pizza. The code is HEAT.
Looks like fire to me. Sign me up.
Looking forward to wrapping my lips around one of those. Valid until next Wednesday. Rams by 7. What are your thoughts after 1 quarter, Brooke Rusco?
Still thinking about you wrapping those lips around their burger, their pizza. Excuse me. The Sharks need to get stops. That's been the problem the last 5 games. They've lost by an average of almost 16. They just need to get stops. 28 points. Last bucket there by Corey Webster. Clean up the glass. Can you get stops and then go down and score? High scoring first couple minutes. Rams managed to get stops. You can see the foul there on Corey Webster, the reach and foul. But they just need to get stops if they want to play in this ball game, and that means that they're going to have to get stops if they want to continue their season and make a push into the playoffs.
TAB stats. Rams shooting at 61% in that opening quarter. The Sharks at 50%. 3 of 7 from downtown for the Sharks. 4 of 8 for the Rams. Second quarter underway. Alonzo Burton somehow gets it back under control on the reverse. Handy basket there to open us up in this second quarter.
It got slightly messy, but I love the rip. Strong rip going baseline. Weighed up his options. Got the ball back. Finished on the other side, and he had a big start with that 3. You're going to rely on him. He needs to keep going.
Corey Webster at his sublime best. Nice little hesitation to the basket, then all the way pushing it up off his right hand to add another couple. He's starting to find his look. Speaking of which, Alonzo Burton, long way out.
And we know what he can do. He's been filling it up in this league for a long time. When he gets going, you keep going back to him. Going back to that move just before from Corey Webster. Didn't look like much. It's the hesitation. You brought it up there. That stop, go. Jeremy Kendall does a good job of that as well.
Walter Brown doing his best there to keep it alive for the Rams. Lasongiape into the action. Back to Burton. That one off to the right. Cunningham keeps it alive. Anticevic, he can't finish. It's been a better start by the Sharks to this second quarter. Here's Webster over the top of Lasongiape, if you don't mind.
Don't play with your food like that. Just an absolute rhythm. Just gives him the head fake, gets him off balance, finds the space he needs. Has the 3 over Julio Lasongiape, but I think the squad from the Shark squad have missed Julio. He's been there punching for them off the bench. Can push the pace, he's athletic, can fill it up as well, and they have missed him since he's been out.
He's been out with a broken wrist as Burton adds another 2.
And that's that inside-outside. Make a couple 3s. He's been doing it for years. You have to respect that 3. Gets to the rim.
A bit of a heat check there for Corey Webster.
And when Burton's going, it takes the load off Kendall as well. As you see, the good help and foul there.
Unlucky Tevin Brown coming in from the weak side. Almost picked it off.
Just his first. But when everyone else from the Southland Sharks team is going, it gives Jeremy Kendall that break. It doesn't make, it means, excuse me, he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands 95% of the time, wear him out on the defensive end as well. They're going at him.
Rams call a timeout here, 7:34 left in this opening half. They lead by 5. FIFA World Cup, not too far away. Great to see Gabby Rennie selected for the Football Ferns last week. She, of course, is playing her football at university in the States, just like so many of our basketballers, the Ledger Walker sisters, of course.
Oh, they're good.
Great to see our Football Ferns stars coming back and playing. Biggest stage in the world. It's going to be huge, isn't it? Have you got your tickets yet to the FIFA World Cup?
I've got me a couple. I'm very, very lucky. I got me a couple, and I'm going to be there. And I think we haven't quite understood the magnitude and the people that are coming over, the spectators that are going to be a part of this here in New Zealand and Australia. It is going to be huge. I cannot wait.
Good luck to Gabby Rennie and the Football Ferns. The FIFA World Cup just around the corner.
So is this.
So is this. To'ihi tipping off next Wednesday night. The Queens and the Hoi Ho open up the season. Every game live on Sky Sport, and of course it will include the brand new Sky Broadband Rapid League on display for the first time next Wednesday. Can't wait.
It's blinking its back. Huge year last year. Obviously, we welcome in the Rapid League, like you just said. It's going from strength to strength. More basketball to watch.
I think 10 WNBA drafted players now.
How many do you reckon we finish on? 12? 13?
That is incredible.
It is incredible. And I think there's magnitude to the season that was put in front of us last year, the product that was put in front of us last year. It shows that these girls want to come out here and play, and rightfully so.
Josh Cunningham there put the first down, got a hand tap on the right side, went down the left side of the keyway and noticed it was all Rams.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Second one in and out. He quickly took back his left hand, by the way. He wasn't having any of that whatsoever. Tevin Brown, 12 points in the opening quarter tonight. Tong, turnover on the pass. Cunningham on the move to the corner. Lasongi Ape athletically on the drive, ran straight into Tom Webley. His pass too deep for Brown. Sharks get it back.
And I like the aggressive play and mindset from Lasongi Ape. Missed Burden right there. Wide open three, especially when he made a couple already. Burden sitting on 10. Hit a couple from deep.
Here is Lasongi Ape. Great to see him back for the Sharks tonight. Webley with the foul. Jeremy Kendall just hobbling a little bit there.
And it's been great to have him back in the league as well for a full season. He obviously came back a couple years ago. Was a part of, at that time, the Huskies. Had a couple buzzer beaters, a couple 30-point games. It was just a small inkling of what we can see from him. And to have him here for the whole season has been huge. Just to see Burden continue their form. His third three now, he's up to 13.
Well, he averages 2.1 triples a game this season at 38%. We've seen him knock down 7 or 8 in a game right here at the Shark Tank in the past. Once he gets going, he's a hard man to stop. Here he is in the corner all by himself. That's bad defense. Rams very lucky to avoid another triple there.
Yeah, Walter Brown hobbling on the way back. Look like he's all right now. Got a cork down the other end. Turns the corner, good pass. Seems like he's fine.
Excellent pass into Tonk, wasn't it? He can't complete. Kendall, here he comes. Sizing up his options with the handles, with the pull-up, with the basket.
And 1-2 contact there.
Sharks bring it back to 1.
And a good job from the Sharks. Staying in the ball game, couple turnovers, making it tough.
Well, if they win tonight, Brooke, they're on the road next week against the Giants. And given the Giants need to keep winning themselves, imagine if a spot in the final 6 for either of those two teams comes down to that game next week.
I think there is going to be at least 1 or 2 games next week. I don't know where it's going to fall right now. This round here is huge. There's going to be a couple games, in that final round where it's all on the line. I can't wait to see it.
The Giants play the Sharks next week. Hawks play the Jets. Airs play the Giants. Saints have got a tough one. They go to Auckland to take on the Tuatara, who've won their last 10.
Yeah, they're just rolling at the moment.
Mind you, the Saints have to get past the Jets on Saturday night yet. Max Darling on the reverse misses. And in another good news story for the league, Kendall just losing a handle on it there. Max Darling reaching in. The Saints actually sold out their game on Saturday night against the Jets 10 days before tip-off.
Which speaks volumes. It's not the Saints that we're used to seeing in terms of wins and losses.
That's 4,000 people. Now, I've got to tell you, you're selling out a stadium of 4,000 10 days before tip-off. If that stadium was twice the size, they would have sold it out.
The Saints do an extremely good job of making it a spectacle. It's entertaining from top to bottom. As soon as you walk in there, there's something going on, whether it's the mascot, whether it's the dancers, whether it's the music. They do a good job of making it a family event. And I think it's speaking numbers. Well, it's definitely speaking numbers if you're selling it out.
Well, you sell out 4,000 10 days before the event. Tevin Brown, downtown Brown with the shot clock running down, had to go from long range. Wow.
Well, he can sell out places by himself. Big three.
Enough talk about the Saints on Saturday night. Let's stay focused on this one. Alex Pledger, the Chief, on the floor in his last game at the Shark Tank ever. Involved in this setup as the Sharks respond with 3 of their own from the corner, Ben Hall.
And Jeremy Kendall just does such a good job. As you see Taylor Britt tidy up the glass for the second time now and finish that one. But Jeremy Kendall does such a good job of rejecting the screen and putting on a plate for his shooters.
Here is Kendall one way, then the other. Pledger helping him out with a pretty handy screen. Here he is, the Chief, hands it off to Kendall. And there's an offensive foul there. I think that'll go against Kendall, actually.
Didn't see much in there. It must have been something closer that the ref saw.
Well, Pledger looked like a tree trunk, absolutely steady as a rock. So I can only think that it was picked up on Jeremy Kendall. 3 points in this one, heading down towards halftime tonight. Good battle to get us underway in round 14. Pledger getting up, that'll count. Tevin Brown has been a real nuisance for the Sharks so far this evening.
As he went out to 17 points already in this ball game. 3 rebounds, a steal, and an assist to boot as well. And a big start to this ball game for Tevin Brown. We've seen him do it multiple times this year.
Burton to Cowie. Pledger setting multiple screens, gets it in hand now. I'd love to see the Chief put down a triple tonight. There's Cowie for 3 of his own.
And this is where the Sharks have struggled. That second unit with Jeremy Kendall going to the bench. As you see the easy bucket, a good rim run there from Galen Smith. Excuse me. But this is where they're struggling with Jeremy Kendall goes to the bench. Who's going to be their guy? Who's their options? What's their looks? What are they in? You get a little bit stagnant without him on the floor, and we see an instant look right there.
Timeout called, just over 3 minutes to play in the first half here at the Shark Tank tonight. Rams steady, lead by 7. Sal's NBL highlight show every Tuesday night from 7:30. I'll tell you what, when you settle down and you watch that show every week, boy oh boy, are there some highlights.
Highlights galore. And I think each year we progressively see bigger and better highlights, whether it's a buzzer beater, whether it's a highlight dunk, something like Max Darling put through a couple weeks ago. Edgy, you see stuff and you never know when it's coming, and that's why it's so good and so easy to get down and watch a ball game like this on a Thursday night in Southland.
And all the fun will continue post this season, because of course we'll have the GJ Gardner Homes To'ihi highlight show every week as well. A lot to look forward to with that competition tipping off next Wednesday. Wall-to-wall action right here on Sky Sport, your home of basketball. As the two teams head back out here. Sharks were on a bit of a run then, weren't they, Brooke? And the Rams have just steadied. As you said, the timing of it with Jeremy Kendall having a breather.
And it just feels like they've gone back into second gear. Haven't seen the Rams put through their 13-point run or even look anything like it since they did that. Know what they're capable of. Almost expected at this point as well. And a big chance for them to blow out this lead in the next 3 minutes. But also there's a big chance here for the Sharks, to get this one back. As you see the extended pressure and forces the 3, 2, and 1.
Got to go, Anticevic. Front of the iron, Tevin Brown reaches up. Another rebound for him tonight.
And once again, it's on the glass. One and done.
Pass there was just behind the hand of Max Darling. Now Brown feeds Smith. Smith on the turnaround, bobbles around, gets the drop.
And he was down there for a while, did a good job of finding him. Big body down there. Went to his right hook, can't do much about that. Good find, good finish.
Rams head home for a couple of days off the back of this one. Then they head north to take on the Jets Sunday night. That game live from 6 p.m. on Sky Sport and Prime.
And it feels like just what we were talking about just before. They need to pick up the pressure here, apply a bit more pressure with this last 3 minutes.
Good hand.
And it looks like that's what they've done right now.
Corey Webster with the strip. Darling brings it back out to Webster. He calls up Big Smith, creates some space, and does what he does. Deep 2 mid-ranger there from Corey Webster. Hasn't missed much tonight, has he? Moves to 11 in the game, 5 of 7 shooting.
And a big punch to have off the bench. A starter for the Tall Blacks coming off the bench for the Rams. And just like that, they've extended the lead to 11. Tightened it up down one end. Good looks down on the offensive end. And this extended pressure is right here.
As we saw in the first half when they went on a 13-zip run, the Rams, they've backed it up now with a 10-0 run. So danger time right now for the Sharks with 90 seconds to play in this first half. They've got to respond. Kendall is back out there. He's a man that leads from the front. Foul called against Galen Smith. Cunningham off to the TAB. Let's have a look at the replay here. And again, look at the defenders, the number of them that Kendall attracts.
Well, here with 4 or 5, as you see Corey and Jeremy Kendall show some love to each other at the midcourt line right there, but you're right. He's going to attract 3, 4, 5 defenders every time he has the ball in his hands. They do a good job of mixing up the screens that he's rolling through, having different looks, but he's always going to find his spot.
Join the TAB, deposit $10 and get a free $50 bonus bet. Official stats partner of the Southland NBL, the TAB. T's and C's apply. R18, and please bet responsibly. Margin at 9, just over a minute to play. In what has been a fun opening half here tonight at ILT Stadium at Southland. Here's Quinn Clinton. Anticevic there to slow him down. Now Clinton gets him off the floor, sends it into the corner. Walter Brown.
Feet set, always does his job on the defensive end. He is a hound. 3 and D, can get to the rim. We know how athletic he is. Big 3 right there. And Anticevic just has to read the scout. Stay down on that bit. Ended up finding a wide open Walter Brown in the corner.
I like that. Brown the hound. Here's Anticevic over the top of Brown. That's T Brown.
And that's when they found their easiest looks. Not overcomplicating it with the X's and O's. Go down early. Nice and low. Cunningham, Anticevic down there. And let's just allow them to go to work. As we see the good pass.
Brown dumping it off to Galen Smith. And this Rams team finding some confidence.
And it's the defensive end. The Sharks have to tighten up in the second. Giving up 53 already. And the Rams turned it on in the last 3 minutes just like that.
Margin at 12. Kendall, some late points, draws the foul. That should count. It doesn't. Waved away. I thought it was tucked under his wing. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. How did you see this one, Brooke Rusco?
Same thing. I thought it was a foul. Thought it was and one through contact. Picked up the ball, got to the rim. They said it was just before. 4.1 on the clock.
Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout available to them. And it will end up being shots anyway, as the Rams are over the limit. So Kendall steps up to the TAB stripe.
And we talked about at the top of the game as well, when this Sharks team are at the best. Yes, Jeremy Kendall was going to fill it up, but the assists as a team need to be at a higher. Right now, their assists are 6, their turnovers are 7. And the Rams have doubled the rebounding count against the Sharks team. So the fact that they're only down 10 right now, as we see the player timeout.
Kendall has 12 points on 100% shooting tonight. Sky City player timeout. The Rams will be able to have a quick chat mid-court here. Players only, and then they will advance the ball. Don't forget the Sky City tickets of the big game. There's the QR code on screen. 10,000 community group tickets, and they've just about all been snapped up, let me tell you. So if you want to get across to a game in round 15, you better scan away very, very quickly.
Fast you last.
Absolutely. Those tickets have been a real winner this season, with thanks to Sky City. Dying seconds here. Chance for the Rams off the hand of Tevin Brown. And that right there is why the Sky City player timeout is so much fun.
Yeah, huge. And just that momentum going into the second half as well. Bit of a coach killer. Drop their head for their Sharks. Big bucket. Nice play. Good read to make this one a 12-point game going into half.
Thursday night action in the Sal's NBL penultimate round of season 2023. The Rams needing to find some form, the Sharks needing a win to stay in the race. And at the half, it's the Rams by 12. TAB stats on the other side of the break. Don't you go away.
Here's the story, boys. We've got 3x3s, you know, coming up in November. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little one-on-one, 3 times over. It'll all become clear as we go, right? So what you do, boys, you get the 3 shots, okay? It's whoever makes the most baskets. So then you'll play 3, then you'll play 3, we're going to play 3 rounds. We've got some 5 packs up over the next 6 years. Now what you doing? Who wants to go first? Liam, good work, mate. You made the call. Right, mate. You can do anywhere from the charge circle. You've got to make 3 shots. Okay? Get wherever you are, mate. So you get 3 shots, go and make 3 baskets. Doesn't get the first. Okay. That's all right. Don't be mate. This is round 1. Remember? Makes it. All right. Last shot of the first round. And you make it 2. No, you can't. Right. All you need to do is make 2 shots. Of these next 3. Right, mate? All yours. Let's go. Here you go, Frank. Off the glass, doesn't get the roll. Right, and ending's 2 here, mate. And ending's 2. Let's go. Mason. Right, just to take round 1. Mason's on the shot kick. How you put it up? Get it to go. Right, well, mate, you're at 1-0. Right, we're leading this round, okay? Here we go again. Round number 2. Okay? Here he comes. Who's the pick? He's going to go straight on. Mason. And boy. He's lifting here, eh? It's good. Looking for 2? Yes, solid. Yeah, he's in his range. Liam to make it 3, he's got it. Right, mate. That puts the pressure on. Okay, maybe you should go for it, mate. Get this guy off the glass. What's going to get you this one, mate? Then it's 2. Got it. This is pressure shooting. Can he 3 in a row? No! Right, big slide. All comes into the 3rd round. We're going to go in, we're going to go back there, right spot. It's spot, right, mate? Let's go. Yes. This is pressure shooting. 1, 2. Mason, 3 from 3. Right, Hayden. This is in at the side there. You need 3 here, mate. That's the first. What a battle we've got going on here. That's the second. That's the second, it's the side there. Got it. 5 here. Right, boys. Okay, you're going to go to the paint now. And it's 1 shot. 1 shot please. Got it, Randy, right first, mate. Make it. Get 1 shot. Outside the paint. No, don't go right, Hayden. All yours if you make this shot, buddy. Here we go. Just to the right.
Welcome back to the Shark Tank at halftime tonight, celebrating the career of Alex Pledger, the Chief, announcing his retirement during the week. His last game here in Invercargill tonight. Justin Nelson, Brooke Rusco with you. I hope you're well. TAB stats at the half. The Rams lead it by 12. Tevin Brown with 19 has a season high of 30. He's well on his way.
Yeah, he's well on his way. 19 and a fairly easy 19. 3 balls falling for him, got an easy bucket at the end, and you welcome Corey Webster off the bench to hit you with 11 as well. Burden was huge at the start and had a big quarter in the second, but they need to get stops. It doesn't matter how much they score in this ball game, they have to get stops, and it starts on the glass. One and done. They're getting killed on the boards at the moment. The Rams have almost doubled the rebound count. Brown's been big on those ones again. Even Taylor Britt with those 2 offensive rebounds put those back too. And the assist numbers, we talked about that at the start of the game as well. When the Sharks are at their best, Jeremy Kendall is filling it up, but as a team, they have assists across the board, and right now they have more turnovers than assists. So the fact that they're still in this ball game, they're only down 12, is a promising sign. But you need to get it done nice and early. Get the crowd into it. Get Jeremy Kendall, Alonzo Burden, Cunningham, and Sisovic. Inga still hasn't scored in this ball game. They have to get going. They have to get firing. To me, they look best when they're not stopping and running sets. They're just getting out and playing free, open basketball, get the ball into the paint. Quick hits from Cunningham, quick hits from Anticipovic when they all collapse the defense, then find your shooters. But it's a tall order against this Rams team who put up 55, who to me, for the majority of that quarter, or that half, excuse me, felt like they were in second gear. And when they wanted to turn it on, for example, that last 3 minutes, they did. And they extended that lead back out to 12.
All the numbers with thanks to the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL, the TAB. And as we head to the break here at halftime, the Rams lead by 12. The 3x3 Cup is returning to ILT Stadium, Southland this October. 25 to 28, 4 days and nights of wall-to-wall 3x3 with all the best players from across the country. NBL, Tauihi teams and players will all be here at the Shark Tank for the 3x3 Cup. Can't wait, October 25 to 28. It's going to be a bit of fun.
Oh, it's going to be. Last year was great to watch as well. Just quick.
Did you say coming out of retirement for them?
Oh, I don't have the legs for 3-on-3. I tried to play 3-on-3 when I was about 18. I barely had the lungs then. There is no way I'm playing now, but I'm a fan of it. I will be watching. Hopefully I'll be there. Time will tell, but fingers crossed I'll be there as a commentator or a supporter. But cannot wait for that one right here.
At the half here, Rams lead it by 12. Second half not too far away.
Being staged in late October, right here at ILT Stadium. Tonight, of course, about one very special member of the Sharks family. So perhaps we'd love you to turn your attention to the big screen as we say thank you to the Chief, Alex Fletcher, who of course this past week has announced his retirement from the sport. And he's just a few of the big man in action. Where he was in 2018. And the finals of the Ultimate League Round to win the title. Of course, the Shark from 2016 right forward to 2021. Big cancer in 2022 and then back over again in 2023. He is tonight, of course, sitting out on the court. His 83rd game for the Sharks in what is a glittering career.
Don't allow them to run out and get those wide open transition threes. I think they've missed a couple of opportunities, the Rams as well. They've left a couple out there, so this lead could be closer to a 17, 18-point lead right now, but they are still in this ball game. Don't get it twisted. They're still in this ball game. Go to what's working for us. Quick hits. Let's not get lost in the X's and O's just watching Jeremy Kendall. Quick hits when he has the ball. He's 5 of 5 right now. He will find us. He will make the right calls. But when we have those opportunities to get out and run, give us quick looks. Alonzo Burden, keep going for us. Got 13 points right now. Braden Inga, come join the party as well. He's sitting on 0. We need you to be aggressive. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about it. Stay in this ball game. Stay with us. We're still in it. We're still in it. Our season is still alive. But we have one half to not just prove it to this team, but prove it to the league that we mean business and we want to be here.
Good to see the Pirate ship in full use tonight here at ILT Stadium Southland. Our coin officials just about ready for the second half. So much on the line tonight for the team in orange. Can they respond?
They look like they're in trouble.
Rams won the first quarter 28-21, won the second quarter 27-22.
And it was close for a while. It was that last 3 minutes. The Rams called a timeout. We talked about it. They need to turn up the intensity, and they did. A few stops on the defensive end, then bang, 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 filled it up.
It's Judd Flavel. Some last words for his team. Championship winning coach, of course, here with the Sharks in 2018. No Troy Baxter Jr. tonight. He did say pre-game he's a chance that he'll play on Sunday at Palmerston North against the Jets. Didn't elaborate as to what the injury is.
Well, I think it's actually helping at the moment. Don't get me wrong, they would much rather have him out there. But just in terms of allowing Corey Webster to come off the bench, waiting for one of those marquee Corey Webster games, it just allows him to be the main guy in that second unit. And it showed there.
Sky Malloy, Andrew Wheeler, who's been filling in Malloy's absence with the Tall Ferns. Kind of cold there. Young assistant coach as well. Second half underway. Sharks with a long road ahead of them. Can they get themselves back into this one? It starts at the defensive end. Anticevic comes up with it.
Great start. Couldn't have had a better start. Inga on the bench.
Johnny Halou getting the second half start out here.
It's just for defensive purposes.
Kendall back to Cunningham. Good setup. Doesn't get the result.
And that's okay. That's a good look. Did the job down the defensive end. Now come back down and get another stop. Go down there and get another good look. That's all you can ask.
Taylor Brett shot plenty of triples last week against the Tuatara. Right here, though, called for the push after the pass. And guess who picks himself up last? This man, Jeremy Kendall.
And back-to-back stops. Didn't really have any other choice as well. Just a smart IQ play right there. Head down, Taylor Britt.
How many years has he got left, Jeremy Kendall, based on what we've seen this season?
Based on what we were seeing, the fact that he's up there for MVP votes. Oh, he's got a couple left. He's got a few. He looks after his body. He's the ultimate professional. He's got a few left in the tank.
I'll go with a few more than a couple. He'll be a hot signature in the off-season. Here's Webley. Points hard to come by early in the third here for both teams. Taylor Britt, shot clock at 10, has to get busy on the left. Thought about a pass. Does now. Tevin Brown in and out. Loose ball. Brown comes up with it to Brown. The Brown brothers. Oh, bang, Tevin. That was massive play for the Rams.
And getting back to the glass, you have to tidy up the glass. Did a pretty good job for 24 seconds. Gave up that O-board and then bang, bang. As we see Halu hit the three and bang, bang the other way.
Well, that might be the best Brown-Brown connection that we've seen in season 2023. Here's the younger of the two, Walter Webley. Fumbled it. Sharks come up with it. Here's Kendall. Again, shows some patience at the offensive end. Swings it out to Burton, gets Tevin Brown off the floor. Clean look Can't put it away. Tangle there underneath between Cunningham and Webley.
And that's the look. It's another stop. Besides from one offensive rebound, which hurt with the putback dunk from Brown. They've had a solid 2 and a bit minutes of good defense for the Southland Sharks team. And they're getting good looks down the other end. They just need to maintain this. It's a great start to the quarter. Can't give up now.
And Tisovic, easy play there for the Sharks. And Tisovic moves to 9 points. Nearly got the steal there. Second time he reaches in. And he's called for the foul.
And just overplays, have to make sure that you're getting Taylor Britt back to his right. There's 3 times now he's rejected the screen, gone back to the left. I like the idea, staying aggressive. You just have to make sure that you're sending him back into that screen and not allowing Taylor Britt to get back to his left.
Braden Inga, game number 50 for the Sharks tonight. Sent to the bench for the start of this second half. Hasn't scored. 0 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover. That is the sum of his night tonight.
And another good defensive possession. Tidied up the glass. 1 shot opportunity, early look. Down to Cunningham as they turn the ball over. Just has to go up on that one.
He needed to take it to the rack. Tevin Brown draws them inside, goes outside with the pass to Walter Brown. Oh, Tevin Brown, big rebound. Can't reward himself, and he's frustrated, annoyed with himself for not finishing that off.
And always hard to scramble and find your man and transition defense and box out. Brown did a good job of just getting to the space, tidying up those boards, couldn't convert. It's just going back to that glass. You cannot give them second, third chance opportunities.
Leading scorer and rebounder tonight for the Rams, Tevin Brown, 21 and 6 on the TAB stat sheet. Cunningham, undecided, now gets it back from the creative Jeremy Kendall. Battle on the boards, whistle's gone.
And same thing, way to fight down this end. Giving up a couple of O-boards. Mismatch on a switch there. Cunningham gets to the rim, the rotations, the bigger body, and Tisovic just doesn't give up on the play. Picks up the foul on Britt and forces another possession.
Margin just hovering at the moment. 9 points. Sharks are hanging in there, but scoring has been hard to come by in this third.
And they just have to stay in the fight. It's positive basketball that they're playing at the moment.
What a pass by Jeremy Kendall. 5-2 the score in this third quarter, favouring the Sharks. And Kendall doing everything to get his team going. That was slick.
Put it on the money. You have to make sure you got your hands up at all times when you're playing with that man. But like I said, they're playing positive basketball at the moment. I'm sure they would have liked to see this lead cut into just a little bit more. They've left a couple opportunities out there. But that's okay. You're getting stops down one end. The majority of the times you have managed to tidy up the glass and you're getting the looks that you like. Might not happen in 1, 2, 3 positions, but you just have to grind away, chip away at a lead like this. It's back to 7 just like that.
Cunningham 5 of 6 from the TAB tonight. He's got 10 in the game now. Couple of steals as well. Webster back on the floor. Here's Tevin Brown. He's been the star tonight, and he continues to star. T. Brown with another 3.
And love the set. Hand off of Corey Webster. You have to stay close to him. Can't help. Put Brown on an island with Alonzo Burden. Step back, shot the ball, confidence. Hits the 3, and they get a stop, and they're going the other way, and it's a 10-point lead.
Burton nearly responded there for the Sharks. Here's Tong on the spin, losing.
And had to go back to Brown on that one. In rhythm at the moment. Hit the last 3. Has a big dunk already. You just have to go back into that handoff and make sure he's the man coming off and getting the next look.
After losing possession at one end, Hayden Tong does well there to slap it out of the hands of this man, Grant Antisovic. Tevin Brown, 24 points in the game. I mentioned at the top of this quarter, his game high this season in the Sal's NBL. He hit 30 against the Hawks. Here's Kendall. Look at him swarm around him, including Corey Webster, sneaking in from behind with the block. I think he enjoyed that
the weak
too.
side. And that's where it's a luxury to have Corey Webster in your second unit. Comes down, creates space, wide open look.
Just gave himself a little bit of a head nod after that block as well. Had to be quick to pick it up, but we saw it.
You have to be. But the Rams need to get stops too. They're doing a good job at the moment of just maintaining this lead. But the Sharks are getting the looks that they like.
We mentioned that the Rams play the Jets on Sunday. Deep 2, Kendall. Those thinking ahead to round 15. The Rams take on the Bulls. What a juicy matchup that is ahead of the final 6.
We've got matchups across the board as we close out the season. There's no easy wins for any of these teams.
Webster thought he was fouled there. Probably has a good argument. We've got possession again though. Second chance once more for the Rams. Webster nearly left it behind, gets after it. Now receives from Isaac. Big 3. Doesn't go down. Foul on the rebound against Quinn Clinton.
A good defense, way to clean up the glass. Exactly what we've been talking about. These are good plays, good defensive sets that they're putting together, the Sharks team. Now they just have to chip away into this lead. Doing a good job picking up fouls as well. So get into the bonus, create contact, go to the free throw line. Does a couple things. It stops the clock. It allows you to go back down and set up your defense at the other end.
You joined us, Brooke Rusco, for the fun and games at the desk on Hoopheads this week. And you said that this year's grand final will feature the same 2 teams as last season, the Tuatara and the Nuggets.
Yeah, the way that the Tuatara are playing, I think there's no way that you can't say that they're not going to be in the finals at the moment. 1-10 straight. Not the fact that they've just won 10 straight, it's the way that they're winning 10 straight, the margin that they're winning by, the basketball that they're playing at the moment. Rob Lowe is playing at an all-time high right now. Ruben Tarangi can give you 30 any night. Jared Weeks and Cam Glidden can do the exact same. They've strengthened up the bench. That team is looking good.
Cruz Perro Hunt, Joe Lawson the third, of course.
Exactly, and the Nuggets team, there was a bit of a dip halfway through that season. Corey McLaughlin went down. Ty Webster has come in, he's built that team with confidence. They've rattled off a few right now too. So if I was a betting man, I would go with those 2. But the Bulls are in the fight right now. I love the way that they're playing.
And the way this team's playing tonight, the team in white, the Rams. Don't discount them. Especially with this man in the lineup. Webster inside, Smith. Met by Inga. Sharks get it back. Lasongi Ape. Hall on the drive. A little bit too much for him to do in the end.
And you have to go and create the contact on that one. Don't be scared and try and finish on the other side as Corey Webster comes down the other end and makes them play 5-point swing. Athletic. You can go finish on the rim, go finish through contact, put it on a poster. But it's hard when you try and extend the other way and finish with English on fast breaks.
I'm telling you now, with that man in this Rams team, there is no way knowing I'm writing them off at the final 6.
Oh, I'm not writing them off right now, but if I was a betting man, I would go with the Nuggets and the Tuatara, and the fact that they've got Coach Joe Flavel who has done it. He has won championships in this league. He knows what players, teams need at the right times of the season. Good coach to lead them. Head of the snake, Taylor Britt, is doing his thing at the moment as well. No way I'm counting them out. But I'm a big fan of the Nuggets and the Tuatara right now.
What do you think the hottest question in the Sal's NBL is right now, outside of who's going to make the final 6? Because that is a pretty hot question. Speaking of hot, let's stick with this. Was that a pass in the end? It'll end up with Max Darling. He's off to the TAB on the foul. Hottest question in the Sal's NBL at the moment, outside of the final 6, because I know what it is.
Is Darnay Samuel playing this weekend?
Well, that's up there, and fair enough. Is he back from Paris, by the way?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It reminded me of Dennis Rodman just having a fleeting visit to Las Vegas.
Wasn't that through the finals though? Okay, what's the hottest question? You stumped me.
Well, the hottest ticket in town right now is join the TAB, deposit $10 and get a free $50 bonus bet. T's and C's do apply. R18 and bet responsibly. That was a good segue. I think the best or the hottest question right now is the availability of Ja'Cory McLaughlin.
Oh,
are we going to see him back in season 2023?
and going back to if I was a betting man, I'd say probably not. And it's almost at the point right now, and I'm a huge fan of him. I said it at the start of the year while he was playing, he was my MVP.
He's been ruled out tomorrow night already, by the way, against the Giants. So he won't be playing in that game.
It's almost getting to the point right now where they're in such a groove. If he comes back, does that do more harm than good?
Surely not. Surely not. I'm taking him every day of the week. The Songi Ape there manufactures a handy basket for the Sharks.
And that's why he's been such a big miss for this team.
I like how you changed the subject.
I would say he's doing more harm. And I was the biggest
McLaughlin.
fan. McLaughlin is doing more harm because of the way they're playing. Don't get me wrong. He was arguably the best player in the league. It's just because they're rattling off wins at the moment, it's working for them. And if I did bring him back, maybe it would have to be off the bench. And that's coming from a place where I thought he was the best player in the league.
By the way, on Hoopheads this week, you did say if he comes back in, he's straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah, well, that was on Tuesday, you know? It was a big change.
Oh, I gotta love it. 11-point margin, 1:52 left to play in the third. Speaking of Hoopheads, it's all about segues tonight.
Whoops.
There you go, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on Sky Sports. Sal's Hoopheads, always fun and games. Speaking of fun and games, it's a little bit more serious than that right now for the Sharks. They've held firm in the third. Devin Brown with a block there. Anticevic keeps it, but they've got to respond, the Sharks. Not getting the roll. Inga still searching for his first points of the game tonight.
A big stop. I'd actually like to go back on what I said. Corey Webster strolls down the lane and finishes with the right inside hand.
It's too late now. I've got a memory and you haven't. That's the difference.
I don't think he can play if his first game is back in the playoffs. He has to see a couple games in the regular season. That's what I meant.
Dug yourself out of that.
Sorry, assume knowledge. My bad.
Louis Songi-Ape comes up short on the triple.
Good look.
Oh, Max Darling all by himself.
And
averages a triple every game.
On cue, great pass. Look away. Looked like he was finding the diver down the middle. Wide open, Darling. It's all in the eyes. Great look. Big finish. Extends this one out to 16, and they did a good job of dealing with that first punch that the Sharks put in there. They dealt with that. 5 quick points. Corey Webster gets to the rim. They get a stop. They come down wide open, Darling. We're still a minute to go in the third.
Back-to-back baskets for the Rams. And they push this lead out. Final 6. Not too far away now. July 20 to 23. In fact, it all tips off 2 weeks from tonight. That's how close it is at the Trust's Arena. And the opening night is a beauty because you get to see 2 games.
Yes.
Price of 1. You only pay once, but you get to see 2 games, and they're both knockout games.
Okay, let me ask you a question now.
Oh, here we go.
Let's say that we've got the Tuatara in there, we've got the Nuggets, and we've got the Bulls.
And the Rams. We know those 4 are there. Yep.
Who are the final 2 that you have in there?
Oh, gee whiz.
Here we go.
I like asking that question of you lot.
I thought I'd get him before he gets me.
Well, I think the Giants are sitting pretty at the moment. They've got 3 games to play. They're currently in the top 6. For me, the Giants certainly have their destiny in their hands. It's theirs to take. It's right there. Saints, wow. I mean, they take on the Jets Saturday night, sold out at TSB Bank Arena. You'd think the Saints, they've got some inner turmoil with the whole Darnay Samuel situation. The Jets took them down by 3 a couple of weeks ago. I'll come back to you on the other spot. I think the Giants are good for 1. Heading down towards 3/4 time here. Oh, getting off the ground. Devin Brown. Ben Hall can't put it away. And now maybe the Rams will get a chance to extend this lead.
And look for the 2-for-1 opportunity here. 34 on the clock.
Coming in from outside all the way to the hoop. Max Darling making his presence felt late in the third period tonight.
And they've done the exact same thing as they did in the second quarter and the third quarter. Final 3 minutes. Tighten up the clamps down one end, go down and get easy buckets.
Kendall has responded so many times this season, and he does exactly that again. Dying seconds here. Foul on Ben Hall. Kendall for the Sharks tonight, 14 points, 5 assists, no turnovers. But it's been a bit of a slog. He's played just over 21 minutes. I mentioned earlier tonight that it looked like he was hobbling a bit. I think he might be carrying a couple of bangs and bruises. Triple on the buzzer for the Rams. Taylor Britt, if you don't mind. And that just extends the cliff that the Sharks need to climb here tonight. Three-quarter time, the Rams push their lead out to 19. Last quarter not too far away, and then a presentation for the Chief. Stick with us. Quarter to play here tonight in Invercargill. The Rams have put the foot down late in the third, a 20-13 run in that third period, and they lead by 19. Let's have a look at all the stats with thanks to the TAB.
Yeah, big quarter right there, or big final 3 minutes once again from the Rams. They closed that one out, a 20-13 point quarter to the Rams, and just extended that lead, and it came down to that final shot, which I think was a bit of a backbreaker right there from Taylor Britt. Wide open 3 seconds to go, cannot give them that. He hits the three. You see the heads drop as they make their way to the bench. The Southland Sharks, they've still got time, but it is a tough, tall order. They need to clean up the glass once again. They started that quarter well on the defensive end. They just couldn't score.
The season hinges on the line right now for the Sharks. A loss tonight, and seemingly they are done. Tevin Brown, who's been a star tonight. Here's Corey Webster for a deep two, and that is the dagger that the Sharks did not want to see.
And perfect start, got the stop down one end. Went into what we call a breakers transition set. Hand off for Corey Webster, got to his spot, which to the majority of people was a bad shot, mid-range contested. Punishes them, makes them pay, and makes it a 21-point ball game with 9 to go.
And he's got 18 tonight now, Webster. Turnover for the Sharks.
And I think Corey might see this game out, just so he can find that groove, find that rhythm, and help them going into the last couple games of the season. They've seen Max Darling out fake. Once again, that's on the scout. You've got to stay down on that contest late. If he gets ahead of steam, gets downhill, he is a tough cover, a tough stop. Gets on the hip of Anticipich, creates the contact, finishes through against the free throw line. And just too easy. We talked about it. It has to happen on the defensive end. They've given up 79 points right now, and the Rams have managed to keep the Sharks at 56.
bonus from the TAB. He's got 14 tonight. Max Darling. I don't mind the idea of Webster playing this one out. Coach Judd Flavel will be thinking about Sunday as well, though. Another game to play this round for the Rams.
I think this is a promising sign from this Rams team, because they've turned it on at points, and when it comes to the playoffs, you expect them to have that intensity at an all-time high throughout the game. But I feel like they've picked moments where they've turned it on, as we see Jeremy Kendall hit the big three. But when they turn it on, boy, do they turn it on. And they extended the lead quickly when they did.
Well, I thought they were really good against the Tuatara in the first half on Sunday night. They led by 2 at the half. As Galen Smith fouled, and Jeremy Kendall got a lot of the ball there. And I think that might be what he's frustrated about. Galen Smith will head to the coloured stripe. Jeremy Kendall doesn't complain often.
And it did look like he got a lot of the ball. And I'm nitpicking on this one, and he'll understand it too. But he needs to be there earlier. It's a tough cover when you have Corey Webster on the weak side, and you have to rotate over. But that's a wide open dive. Meet him at the nail. The nail is the free throw line, just where he's shooting the free throw right now. Meet him there. Don't allow him to get that head of the steam. Bump him, because if he's going downhill, there's not much else you can do.
Well, he won't be happy that Galen Smith split the pair there, because prior to that he was going at 17% from the TAB this season, and that's how Jeremy Kendall responds to frustration.
Well, he's going to have to do that. That's how they're going to have to close out this game if they want to get back into it. They need to get stops and quick early hits from Jeremy Kendall. Set an early on ball. Sometimes just play around with the ball, and you don't need that high on ball screen, but he just needs a little bit of space.
And here he is adding another 2. So a triple, a rebound, and an improbable 2 in the last 3 trips up and down the floor for Jeremy Kendall. This is what he does, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen it before this season. He can come alive. He's a spark. Now he's got the job on Webster. Webster inside, Smith on the slip, short on the shot, and the Sharks with a little bit of confidence here. I like it. Kendall leaves them all behind. Does he add another 3? He does. Timeout Rams. The Jeremy Kendall show is not done for season 2023.
And we know what he can do. You're absolutely right here. 29 and a quarter earlier this season against the Hawks. We know exactly what he can do. You cannot allow him to get going. Just like that, it's a 14-point ball game. Great time out there. But one stop, they go down, they score. One stop, they go down and score. Keep the ball out of his hands, because he is heat right now.
There's no doubt about that. He is heating up. Sells super special, the large Fire Island pizza, $35. There's the code.
Should have gone with Fire.
Well, you can probably put Kendall in there instead of Heat.
That's right, yes, the large Kendall Island pizza.
You might get the same deal. He moves to 25 points, 10 of 12 shooting tonight. And I'll tell you now, the margin might be sitting at 14. But if there's one man that can do it, it is Jeremy Kendall. The lead was 24.
And I've seen him do it firsthand. We all have. But I've been lucky enough to play there. He plays with the confidence. The game is never over. It starts on the defensive end, and I like the fact that they're just going down. There's no passing in it. This sounds a little bit ridiculous when it comes to playing team game. But just take the X's and O's out of it. See the on-ball screen, he will make the right play. If he's open, he'll shoot it. If he sees a double or triple, he will find you. Then it's on you to make that shot. Be ready to shoot that shot.
I'm going to simplify it as best I can. The Rams just had a timeout. For 59 of those 60 seconds, Judd Flavel spoke about that man right there.
Oh no, 60 of those 60 seconds. They too spoke about that man right there.
Here we go, back underway. Long time to go in this game still. The Sharks, their season is alive. Rams need to respond. Tevin Brown, it's been his night tonight, reaching in. Cunningham knocks it across the line.
And I like it though. The defense is aggressive. They're forcing, they're hedging. The hands are in the passing lanes.
Well, this is their season. As you said earlier, this is what you play for. It's not about finishing in round 15, it's about getting to the final 6.
And that's the look that you want.
I reckon Sharks come up with it here. They do. Ball back in the hands of the team in orange.
And Tevin Brown has been huge. We know that he can make that shot. He's got 24 points tonight, 9 rebounds and 5 assists. But that's the look that you want. Contested, late, deep three. They come up with the stop, ball going the other way. It's back in this man's hands, who is doing what we call the dishes right now.
Tevin Brown's got the job on him. Does he add another 2? Jeremy Kendall, 27 in the game. And right now, he is running the Rams in circles.
And just trust that he's going to get it done for you down the other end. This is where it really matters. You have to get stops, one and done.
Oh, Walter Brown, the young man, stands up and responds.
And boy, do they need that.
Back out to 15. Here he is again. Kendall, twisting, turning. Had to give it off. Cunningham wants to give it straight back to him, and for good reason. Shot clock at 4. At 3, don't tell me. Just short on the shot. Johnny Halou comes up with it. Burton, corner, Anticevic, another 3 for the Sharks.
Just staying in the fight, whatever it takes. On the misses, second chance opportunities. Jeremy Kendall hasn't missed up until this point. Chase down that offensive rebound. Scrambling at 6s and 7s. Anticevic was ready. Feet set. Makes it a 12-point ball game.
He can get going as well. All the attention at the moment for Kendall. Maybe Anticevic, things will open up for him. Foul there as Cunningham brings Taylor Britt down.
And let me tell you why that was a smart play. Jeremy Kendall is exuding, all of his energy down the offensive end. They are denying, they are trying to trap, they are doubling. He is making them pay, but he is tired on the defensive end. You need to attack him down the other end. He is causing chaos and havoc down one end. Go at him on the defensive end as well. Smart play there from Taylor Britt.
TAB stat sheet tonight. Tevin Brown, 24 points for the Rams. And for the Sharks, it's all about Mr. Jeremy Kendall, 27 points in the game. Grant Anticevic has moved to 12 points and 10 rebounds. 3 steals also for the Australian forward. Taylor Britt at the TAB stripe is as deadly as they come. 88% from this spot so far this season. He adds another 2.
And one thing that Coach Jeff Level will love at the moment, they've got 5 scorers. All 5 of those scorers are in double digits. Darling on 14, Walter Brown on 12, Taylor Britt 11, Corey Webster is on 8, Galen Smith is on 7, and Tevin Brown has done damage all game with 24.
Gee, that's a bad turnover for the Sharks through the hands of Cunningham. You asked me during the third quarter tonight my 2 picks to finish 5th and 6th and go through to the final 6. I've put the Giants into one spot. During this Jeremy Kendall show, I've been thinking long and hard about the other spot, and I'll let you know that in just a moment. As Alonzo Burton reaches in for the foul. I think that might be the 4th team foul on the Sharks this quarter. Coaching staff of the Rams are either discussing something or dancing, one or the other. I think it's the Saints to lose that spot. I mean, this is a team that is filled with such a successful and storied past. 12-time champions. Tevin Brown from the corner. Webley gets it back. I just cannot find it within myself to believe that the Saints are going to give up a spot. Surely they win one of their last 2. They win one of their last 2, they're in.
Well, I believe it has to be the next game.
Saturday night against the Jets.
I think they have to win that game. You're right, we talked about it. A sold-out TSB Stadium, sold out in 2017 by the sounds of things. It's been sold out for a long time against the Jets. They have to get that one, because if you go to Auckland and your season is on the line against the Tuatara the way they are playing, the only way that I think they could get the Tuatara is if they don't play a full-strength team. If they bench the likes of...
As in the Tuatara?
As the Tuatara, yeah. They bench a Rob Lowe, they bench a Jared Weeks and Ruben Tarangi, and they rest them because they know that they've got 1 or 2. They've locked that up.
So they hand the Saints a path into the final 6.
I don't think it's about that for them. I don't think it's about that for the Tuatara. Wow. Their big thing is they have to make the playoffs injury-free.
Yes.
And I think they back themselves against whoever when it comes to the playoffs. I don't think they're worried about the Saints being there. I think that's how the Saints would beat the Tuatara, though, is if they don't have a full-strength squad. Because the way that their team is playing at the moment,
do you play
they are tough to beat.
You ever played Monopoly?
I don't think I've ever lost.
So, well, you are literally saying right now, Jets get the Saints on Saturday.
Yep.
Saints go to Auckland in round 15. Tuatara, let's say they lock in top spot. They're there, top 2. They can afford to look after their players, and they give the Saints a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Oh, that's the. I'm not saying that the Saints are going to go out there and beat them just because they bench a few guys, though. They still have to go out there and win that ball game. But I think they would much rather make sure that they have an injury-free team going into the playoffs. But who knows?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I think they'll see a little bit of game time, but I don't expect them to see extended minutes with 30, 40-plus minutes.
Oh, unlucky there for Jeremy Kendall coming out of that timeout, just dribbling it off his own foot. Well, there you go, Giants and Saints for me. I think the incumbents who are there right now, their spots to lose. That's where I'm going. 14-point margin. Still within reach for the Sharks tonight. They've got to get busy. They've got to get stops. Tevin Brown has 24. Still has 24. Can you add another couple for Walter Brown? He had 2 good opportunities there. Johnny Hillu decides to back it out. Anticevic. Kendall now. Look at Walter Brown. Sharking him like an eagle. Foul is called there. May have been Webley over the back with the push in the end. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Let's have a closer look at this. Walter Brown focused. And yep, there's Webley with the shove in the back on Cunningham.
I think Halu needs to look at that shot. Time isn't on the side of the Sharks right now.
I agree.
Push the pace. Capable shooter. Trust in yourself, the work that you've done to go out and shoot that bad boy.
Cunningham receives on the drive. He's fouled by Webley for the second time in the space of 11 seconds. And he'll head back to the TAB stripe tonight. Rams have just steadied, haven't they?
Really steady, and Webley in and out. Galen Smith just back in, after a quick break there on the sideline just to close out this one.
I'll tell you one team to keep an eye on over the next 10 days. The Manawatu Jets.
They're a scary proposition to me.
Play the Saints on Saturday at 5 p.m. They've got the Rams on Sunday at 6 p.m. And then next week, they travel to play the Hawks. Just keep your eye on the Jets.
Big for them that they've got a game in hand. Tough way to close out the season. But they have 3 guys, 3 imports that can fill it up and give you 90 points as a squad. They can get it done.
Under 4 minutes to play tonight. Max Darling, bustling as always, doesn't get the roll. Picked up by Cunningham. Something's got to go down for the Sharks here. Kendall knows it. Receives from Anticevic.
They're just chewing up too much time on the clock. Still a lot of time in this ball game.
On that favoured step back, rarely does that man miss. Creates his own space and delivers another basket. He's got a 30-piece tonight. Tevin Brown to Smith. Smith responds.
And big bucket. Just extend that lead. Keep it at double digits. Keep them at bay.
Kendall. Again, pull up, and another Jeremy Kendall. This last quarter, reminiscent of what he did to the Hawks earlier this season.
And you just have to wonder and worry, is a little bit too much too late. Too little too late, excuse me, as you see Darling with a wide open 3, a big 3 from Max Darling.
Oh, and you can see Guy Malloy's response on the sideline. He just sunk as he pointed to the bench and called for the timeout. Max Darling just picking up the dagger and slicing through the hearts of the Sharks army.
And it starts a long way before that. It starts with the defense. Did a good job of just collapsing the defense, got deep into the paint, found Walter Brown, up fake, made the right play, found the wide open shooter.
Jeremy Kendall has delivered as best he can in this last quarter. 18 points since three-quarter time.
I don't feel like he's done. Big quarter, and like we said just before, you worry if it's a little bit too late, too little too late for this Sharks squad. The lead was just too big.
13 of 27 shooting from outside the arc tonight for the Rams at 48%. The Sharks 12 of 31 from long range at 38%.
And still, when it comes to assists and turnovers, more turnovers than assists right now for the Sharks team. Still have time. Don't get me wrong, they still have time. 2 minutes and 35 seconds is an eternity in the game of basketball, especially when you've got Jeremy Kendall, who seems to go up in threes, not twos. But you have to get it done quickly.
Make sure you stick with us at the final buzzer. Presentation to Alex Pledger tonight. Announced his retirement during the week. This is his last game here at the Shark Tank in front of so many fans that have enjoyed everything that the Chief has brought to this team in the game of basketball. That's coming up at the final whistle tonight. I think we're just going to clean the court up here.
And if the Sharks can chip away at this lead and get a stop down the other end, I would almost use a player timeout a little bit earlier than I need to give Jeremy Kendall that break that he needs.
Bring it up.
Extends the ball as well.
I like that. Here he is.
Don't die wondering. If you need to use it, go out and use it.
On that step back over Walter Brown. Oh, Jeremy Kendall. That is out of this world.
And that's good defense. Walter Brown contested, didn't foul. Deep two off the dribble. But that just shows how good Jeremy Kendall is.
Well, you rose with the crowd. Walter Brown fist pump responds just like Max Darling did a short time ago. Walter Brown delivers the same dagger to the Sharks.
And boy, he has been big from deep. If he has his feet set.
That's his 5th triple of the night, I think, Walter Brown. He is. 15 points in the game, 5 of 6 from behind the arc.
And they've used that player timeout that we talked about. I think that's a smart play. Like we said, don't die wondering. Don't have it in the back pocket. Extends the ball. Gives Jeremy Kendall that break. Allows them to get into a set that they want to get into. But that is a big, big three there from Walter Brown.
Sky City player timeout. There's the QR code. If you're a community sporting school group and you want to get to a Sal's NBL game, it's your chance to join thousands of others this season with thanks to Sky City. Although we take that back. I think that break in the play, because it's coming from the baseline, I think it was just to clean up the court. So the Sharks still do have their Sky City player timeout. Burton elects to go with the 2 on the up fake from the arc. They all count.
And I thought the Rams would have done that earlier. They blitz that, which is a hard double team. You just try and get the ball out of Jeremy Kendall's hands. You try and sort it out late. But they blitzed it, got it out of his hands, made the right play, and Burton has to pull up mid-range.
Here's Walter Brown. Hasn't scored from inside the arc tonight. He's fouled, and he'll take a trip to the TAB stripe, and that might just do it tonight.
And foul there on Anticipovic. Thought he was hard done by. Well, Walter Brown got away with a travel there. Looked like he stepped through. Maybe the foul was just before that step came down. But gets to the free throw line.
We've been mentioning tonight that sold-out crowd at TSB Bank Arena on the way on Saturday for the Saints. Speaking of crowds, can I just give a shout-out tonight? I mentioned them before, the Jets. They played their last home game of the season on Sunday, 6 p.m. against this team, the Rams. If the Rams have never seen the colour green, they're about to see it on Sunday night. Just an amazing job that they do.
Whether it's buckets or wigs or hats or paint, they're doing a fantastic job.
Speaking of fantastic jobs, Jeremy Kendall.
36 now for him in this ball game. He had 32 before this quarter started.
What's he added in this last quarter?
Close to 22, 23.
I'll let you do the maths. Tevin Brown set this one up tonight. His first half had 19. Can he add some more here? He'll pass it to someone on the corporate tables who gets involved in the game.
Just leaves the door ajar slightly. It's going to be a tall order.
This is a big order. 11 points in 60 seconds. We saw the Airs come back from 7 in 60 seconds against this team, the Sharks. Kendall, he knows he's got to get going, and yet again he comes up clutch. Jeremy Kendall has 25 points this quarter and nearly gets a steal as well. In fact, it's come off the foot of Tevin Brown. He has got it back. The man is a magician.
It's not over just yet. When you have that man on screen right now, 77, you always have a chance. It is going to be tough. He doesn't need to do his shoes. This is the most vet play you could possibly do. I'm surprised he didn't undo his shoelace. Now all of a sudden he's got to go worry about the signage. But he knows exactly what he is doing.
Gets it back straight away. Got to go. He does go. Surely not. That one short. He's done so much in this last quarter for his team, Jeremy Kendall. And now time is the friend of the Rams. And they're going to soak it up. They all know it. Some wise heads on the floor here. Tevin Brown, Walter Brown, Max Darling. Shot with 2 seconds on the clock. They soaked up 22 seconds.
It's exactly what they needed to do. Make or miss. Wind the clock down. They did exactly that. And did enough to win this ball game.
And that may be the last shot of the game. Spirited comeback by the Sharks. Huge effort by Kendall. But the Rams get the win tonight. And one that hopefully for Judd Flavel and his coaching staff gets some consistent confidence into this team.
Well, they had patches where they looked extremely dominant. They turned it on for 2-3 minutes. And we saw what they can do. They just need to make sure when it comes to playoff time that they do that for the 40 minutes. And they'll have a chance to win this bad boy.
TAB stats tonight. Look at Jeremy Kendall, 38 in the game. That last quarter, I think he added something like 25, 26 points. Quite amazing.
Oh, we know what he can do. And it's you throw it to him at the start of the game and go, hey, we need you to have one of those games. And he went for it in the fourth, just a little bit. It was just too little. Too late, and Sisovic was big on the glass, but as a team...
I like Tevin Brown on the glass tonight as well for the Rams. That was great.
As a team, the Rams did a great job. They owned the glass, especially in that first. They had double the amount of rebounds at halftime, and they just extended that in the second half. And Brown was huge across the board.
24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Tevin Brown.
Well, the assist is huge because everybody on that team pretty much had an assist for this Canterbury Rams team. They ended up with 23 assists on the game. That's how you get it done. You play as a team. They had 23 to the 11 of the Southland Sharks. 12 turnovers for them as well. But a really just a solid performance. Like I said, they had patches and moments when we saw what they are capable of. They obviously have Baxter Jr., who is still to join the team. Does he play this weekend? Who knows just now? But that is a big win for this Rams team to just stay around.
Let's head down to the court now for the presentation to this man, Alex Pledger.
He's done it all from a basketball career over a quite remarkable 14-year career. He was an NBL champion in 2012, a Shark, of course, from 2016 through until 2021, including our championship-winning squad of 2018. The big man won many battles for us out on the court, but there's no doubt that he won the most important battle of his life in 2022 when he beat cancer. Throw in 70 games for the Tall Blacks, multiple Australian NBL titles as well, and there is nothing that Pledge hasn't achieved over one glittering career. Of course, he's got one game left in that career now in Nelson in the Sal's NBL final round next week. But of course, tonight is his final game here in a venue that means so much to both him and us in the Shark Tank. So there's no one better, I think, to say a few words on behalf of Sharks basketball than, let's be honest, Chief's second mum, and also someone who's been here since the start, our operations manager. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together for Jill Bolger?
Well, I knew I was going to get emotional, and I certainly am. In 2016, our newly appointed coach, Judd Flavel, run a few names past me as to some players that he'd quite like to entice down to the deep south. It's very fitting that Judd's here. Welcome, Judd, and welcome home. And thank you for the ride you've taken us on. In my wildest dreams, even though a few good names come past our door that day, Judd, I never imagined that we would be lucky enough to secure the services of someone who's already was a legend in basketball in New Zealand. And from the day that Alex arrived in our stadium, in our community, I knew that we'd got a damn good one. Alex epitomises professionalism, loyalty, integrity, excellence on and off the court. My glasses are fogged up now. As a club, we have learned from him, and we are grateful and proud to have stood alongside him through the good and the bad. We will ever be grateful for the fact that Alex has been part of our Sharks family, and he always, as Nick has said several times, will always be part of our Sharks family. This is not goodbye, it's see you next time. Alex couldn't have done what he's done without the support of his loving and supportive wife, Bailey, who eventually self-confessed to a love of Southland. It wasn't always easy for big city kids to come to Southland and fit into our community like they have. We will always be proud, we will always be grateful, we will always love you both.
Thanks so much, Jill. Lovely. We better hear from the man himself, eh? Would you like to hear from him? Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Pledger.
In typical Alex Pledger fashion, I won't ramble on, and I'll keep this short and sweet. But yeah, two years ago, I got some pretty shocking and unexpected news, and I can't say enough about this franchise, this community, this city, the way you helped me and Bailey get through a very difficult time. I know it sounds kind of silly, just boiling it all down to 2 words, but I just can't thank you guys enough. You guys are so supportive. If you have me, I'd love to consider myself an honorary Southlander, and yeah, and to the boys, quite a few of you were here 2 years ago in that room at the hospital when I told you what the deal was, and I'm so glad that so many of you are still here. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to play one final season with, and I think they deserve a round of applause too for welcoming me back in and just being an awesome group. And lastly, to my wife, Bailey, yeah, thank you. I don't know, there's so many things you could say, Wonder Woman, Superwoman, all of that. When I was bedridden for 1.5 years, she somehow kept our household together, planned a wedding, somehow stayed strong through all of it, and for the first time in our lives, we're free. I have no game day naps, no pre-game meals, and we can finally do whatever we want. Thank you.
Good stuff, mate. Does a pretty good job for a man of few words, doesn't he? We're going to make a short presentation now with some flowers for Bailey. Very hard for us as an organisation to try and encapsulate what we want to with someone that's as special for us as Chief. But we felt that the only thing that was appropriate to recognise his outstanding contribution to the sport of basketball, but also to us as at Sharks Basketball, was to put him in the most elite group possible. And I'd like, ladies and gentlemen, for you now to draw your attention in front of the Tim Shadbolt stand as we retire the number 35, ladies and gentlemen. He will hang in the rafters here at ILT Stadium Southland and the Shark Tank every time we play. I would ask you to please rise and put your hands together for Alex and Bailey.
Well, how special is that?
There are two numbers that will never be worn again. They're Kevin Braswell's 12 and they're Alex Pledger's 35.
Alex Pledger, he's number 35, retired tonight. There he is with Bailey. I think we got tears in our eyes as well, Brooke. How special was that moment right there?
Well, just knowing Alex Pledger and how much of a gentle giant he is, what he has done to this game, the service that he has put in, not just to the Sharks, but to basketball here in New Zealand, whether it's the black jersey, the Breakers jersey overseas, and the ANBL was always representing New Zealand, down to the Pirates and the Pistons that he played with, and going all the way back to high school. He has left his mark on the game of basketball here, and one of the nicest and friendliest people you will ever meet, and a great honour.
Well, what it reminds us of is there are things that are much bigger than the game. 7 foot bigger than the game, in fact. Well done to the Chief. An amazing career. Not done yet. He's still going to roll out next week when the Sharks take on the Giants.
Make sure you get down and support. Send them out the right way.
Absolutely.
I know Giants fans understand the game of basketball, their product, and there is a basketball community down there, so they will do their job and they will do due diligence to a man who has given so much to basketball. Whoever was on the sounds down there, I don't know if you're getting the sounds right, with the horns and the Sharks, the Shark Tank coming on that final speech. But a beautiful, beautiful moment there for Alex Pledger and his family.
Well, it was a down night tonight for the team in orange. The Rams got the win by 9 in the end, but it finished on a high, on the highest of highs for the Sharks. Alex Pledger, this was your night. Games coming up in the NZNBL. Join us tomorrow night. What a beauty this is. The Giants and the Nuggets. Can the Giants win? Can the Giants make the final 6 for the 2nd consecutive season? It's in their hands. Can't wait for that. Cat Jones to join me in the commentary box for that one. The Saints and the Jets on Saturday. We've talked about that ad nauseum tonight. It's a huge game. Another sellout crowd in the capital. The Bulls and the Airs with the late game tomorrow. And then on Sunday, the double, the Hawks and the Tuatara, the Jets and the Rams. Can't wait, Brooke. As always, you've been a star, mate. We'll see you next time out on behalf of our entire team here tonight on Sky Sport. What a special one. What a moment. What a memory. Alex Pledger signing off in the NZNBL, and a wonderful career. We love you, Chief. The number 35 retired right here at ILT Stadium Southland. We'll see you tomorrow night for more NZNBL.